and welcome to my channel. I'm the Angry Simmer, and today our video is a very special one. A couple of things we're going to note today. So I have talked about this video quite a bit. I'm really excited to finally have it out to you guys. This is the remodel of the Brentwood Estates mansion by Pixel Playground, and she was sweet enough to let me redo her build. And by redo, I really mean furnish. She does not release it with the furnishings in it. A few of the cabinets you can download it with in there. But you have to put everything else in on your own. And I actually love that about this build because it's just simply, it allows me to be so much more creative. So it's awesome. I really enjoy this build, and it's on the 64 by 64 lot on the Windenburg Island. And it's how I found out about Peacemaker, and eventually that led me to Hey Harry's channel, which has been an awesome channel to watch, and being able to go and check out her streams every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I think. That could be completely wrong. But yeah, these things, check out her channel. She'll have that on there for you for sure. Go over on Twitch and check out her stuff. But it's funny that I say that because I assumed that this amazing builder, Pixel Playground, and the incredible CC creator, Peacemaker, would have YouTube channels. And so that's where I went to YouTube to find all of these wonderful things. So I could download the CC from Peacemaker, and that's how it led me to Hey Harry. She had done a Peacemaker specific build, and that's, I finally found the link to Peacemaker stuff that way. And, normally I get annoyed that somebody doesn't link to the creator, but Pixel is clearly a busy lady, so, you just can't give us everything on a silver plate. I ask for it all the time because I'm spoiled, but she made me work for it, and that was the best thing that could have happened because I found my favorite YouTuber. So, it led to so many better things. And I have kept my eye on Pixel Playground's Tumblr. There we go. My brain is not working very well today, guys. But yeah, I've kept a close eye on her Tumblr to see when new things came out. And while she doesn't release things often, when they are released, you're gonna love every bit of it. And they really allow me to feel really creative, and this build, let me tell you, I would never have thought to build it this way. Or really, I build larger lots, but I never make them this grand and amazing. So thank you, Pixel. You put together what I wish I could build and allowed me to decorate it. You're amazing. And of course, her page is always linked underneath in my description box, but today it's actually even more important because now you'll be able to go on and find this particular build and then be as creative as you like to with it. It's a huge build, and we actually do a master bedroom, a bedroom for a grandmother, and then 2 kids' bedrooms, or 3 kids' bedrooms, which is one of them is technically for twins, and then a playroom upstairs, as well as 3 offices. So the one that we're working on now, a more formal one, and then actually an even more formal one upstairs. So I guess technically the middle one that we're going to do is kind of more high-end, like you're bringing in your luxury clients to go over something, and then the one upstairs is like paperwork one, and then this is, I need to be left alone to think and do my work and organize everything. It's almost like the assistant would stay in this office. And anyways, all kinds of great storylines can be had in this particular house. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And I just really love creating here. I typically do the white walls because that's what I saw Pixels build with. But I know a lot of simmers say that all white walls are ugly, or not ugly in real life, but they just don't translate as well in The Sims. But there's something about this build that just allows those to feel grand. And it's probably all of the beautiful wood that's in this, all the beams, the windows, and how curtains can play such a huge part in these houses, or in this mansion, because the windows are so enormous. And it really is the house that could make all white work. and I love it. It makes me super happy. I also decided in this office that the owner of this home was really into photography and has traveled a lot and is really into art as well. And so they have paintings that they have done in other places on the floor, and they've got their camera all over the place. And I struggled with these curtains so much. The one thing I wish I could have gotten from Peacemaker did a recolor of these, and I probably should have just used Peacemakers because they say what height they are. This person just gave you 80 different curtains that don't really say what height they are, and that's kind of an issue for me. Because as you see a lot in this build, I keep thinking that they're the Peacemaker curtains, and so I keep trying to grab them out, and I keep grabbing the wrong size for the window. So, because the lower floor is the tallest wall height. There you go. Let my mouth work, please, today. And then the upstairs is the second wall height, I do believe. So, I will say this is a very long build. It's a huge house. I was going to split it up, but because I don't have to do any gardening on this one, there's no real landscaping to be done because Pixel did include that if you download the stuff from the sites, it goes into it. So, yeah. There was no way to split it up, so I cut the bathrooms out. I cut a lot of decor out that didn't make sense. I did show you guys me putting that detail in the wall, which I think is one of the things that does make the white on white work really well. I cut that out upstairs because it's a long hallway upstairs. You'll see when we get up there. But I did put in just a ton of screenshots, and if you are interested in just seeing the screenshots, then you can head on over to about 30 minutes and 2 seconds, I believe. 30 minutes and 5 seconds maybe. So if you just want to see that, there's that. And then of course you have the links to Pixel Playground on here. And then my favorite CC list, I'll link that at the very end of the video on the end card screen. That will probably get you to all of the cabinets and furniture that I used. Oddly enough, I ended up using a lot of game content, like with the couches. Actually, that's a lie. So I use the couches out here, so that feels like I used a lot of it. I'm a mess. But I do put in like a play area outside, so that is from toddler stuff, which I still feel like that kids should be able to play on that. And teenagers probably should be able to as well. But, that's just me. Those are Peacemaker end tables there. But, as I've said, you can go on Lana Sims or on the Sims resource and find all the CC that I use. A lot of the CC from other sources that I use are broken right now, and I haven't gone in to replace that. So, things like Cherry Blossom Sims, which is a forum that you have to sign up for and post on. You won't have to worry about doing that right now because it's all broken. Where else do I go? Simdom. I get a lot of hairs from there if you haven't heard of it. A lot of creators actually are linked on Lana Sims, but then it takes them to your page, or not your page, their page, creators page. And then from there, it'll take you to Simdom to download all the stuff. And I haven't had any issues with like scary links or possible viruses trying to download. I do have Kaspersky virus protection on my computer, so it does like alert me to the fact that it was a suspicious or malicious link, and while still protecting me and be like, run away, don't go back there. So I haven't noticed that so far in Simsdom. If that's something you're concerned with downloading CC, as far as stuff that doesn't eat up your memory on your computer, I can't help you with that because I do have just a ridiculous memory on my computer. So, because my husband built it, not for me, for him, but now he has a different one. So now I get to play with this instead of my laptop, which, funny story. I don't know if you might not know, or you may know because I did do a video about it with a really pretty sim. But we're going to Ireland in a few months, and my husband got my laptop out and connected it to our TV in our living room so that when my parents and his parents came over so we could all talk about where we wanted to go, they could actually see it instead of all being crowded around our monitors in our office. Yeah, that was the first time in months my poor laptop has been out to stretch its legs. And I was kind of like, no, don't touch my laptop. It's my baby. And my husband's just looking at me like, you haven't touched this in months. What are you talking about? Your baby. Come on now. And like, I went and got my mouse off of the desktop so that he didn't have to use the little keypad, because everybody hates the touchpad mouse thing on laptops. It's useless. Let's just include a wireless mouse from now on, okay, people? But I went and got it, and then I forgot, because I went to edit a Sims video after they had left. I forgot that it was in there, and then I went to sit down on my computer, and I was like, what? Ah! Oh no! And I was like, wait a second, that was my mouse that I grabbed, not his, which I should have done, because he's on his computer way less than I am. Devious. But yeah, there's more cords on his side, so I wasn't crawling under that part. Mine is just, a hole in the office or in the desk table and plugged into my computer in the front, because that's how my tower works. His is like all in the back, and it's crazy and air cooled, and I need to show you guys it one day. It's got like painting on the side of the thing, and it lights up, and you can there's a remote for changing the light in his tower. This thing's intense. Yeah. Anyways, back to the build. I don't exactly love the tile that I chose to put in the bathroom or in the showers. The tile that she has throughout the house is really cool, and it actually, like, whenever I download one of her builds and use it, it usually has this tile in it, and it forces me to use these tiles because I have them in my game, but I never ever use them unless I use a Pixel Playground one, because I love dark hardwood, but for some reason dark tile, I don't know, I don't go for it. So yeah, that's my issue. Not you guys's, but hey. Also, I do always like to put in like a private water closet. That's where, you close the door and sit down and go to the bathroom instead of open air pooping. Anyways, I just, I feel like it would give the Sims a little bit more privacy, keep them from dying of embarrassment when people walk in when they're pooping or showering and stuff like that. But the Sims usually have an issue with a water closet. They, I don't know why. Because I hate taking up like 2 tiles for the wall. That drives me nuts. And also, if you're going to give us half tiles, why don't you let us put half tile, like walls on half tiles, Maxis? Jesus. Sorry, a little bit of the angry part of this simmer coming out. Oh, here's the other office. This is my favorite part of the house. I don't know why. I don't have an office. Oh, yeah, this is another day. I came back later and continued building on this. But you can see I had to put in, the move object sheet. Whoopsie. Sorry. But look how cool this is. Like, it's completely open air. Clearly, this isn't a great climate wherever this is, but your clients can just walk right up to your office and just walk in. And I kind of imagine, like, if this person did, if somebody really did have an office like this, like, that wouldn't just be archways. They would be, there'd be sliding glass doors. But, to make it secure so your laptop doesn't get stolen or, important information. And that's just, like, there's just a hallway that leads into the house with that, too. So, there's a little bit of imagination that goes into this because, there's only so much you can do with The Sims, but hey. Also, I do believe I put in a picture of walking down that hallway. When you go into tab and you walk through that like you're your sim, it is so impressive. She really has a vision in this house, and it's incredible. Up here in the upstairs, you're gonna see a lot of like the full view of the upstairs layout and then me deciding where I'm going next. So usually I basically start down at the master. I put in the master bedroom, and then I move out away from there, putting in bedrooms and different things like that. So I did this differently than I usually build it, and I liked doing that for once. This is the laundry room. There are a lot of bedrooms upstairs, and I do put in a butler's room right next to this, or it could be a maid's room, whatever you want it to be. But I just thought it would be fun gameplay-wise to have kind of, the maid's room up there right next to the laundry room so that, hopefully your maid or butler get the hint that they're supposed to do the laundry and, do their job, because that's an issue in The Sims. Have we fixed that bug yet? I can't remember. I know Maxis went on to fix the issue where wedding guests didn't sit down, but I don't know if they actually got maids or butlers or nannies to actually do their job. That'd be nice, Maxis. Hint, hint, hint. Anyway, sorry. But this room is really cute, and it could be just like a guest room if you had incredibly wealthy Sims, or cheat like I do, cough cough, and wanted to do the laundry day stuff, on your own, and didn't want to have to hire a maid or butler to drain on the money. You never know. You might want that. So here's me deciding to go over to the master bedroom, and just because I'm thinking about it now for the reason because my editing software crashed again and I had to look at it, I opened a Patreon page, and I absolutely love doing this, and you guys are incredible, but it's going to be a long time till I get any sort of money out of doing this on YouTube. And of course it's not why I'm doing it, it's because I love The Sims, but I spend hours and hours and hours on end doing this. So it'd be nice if, I could at least get the money for the coffee that it takes to keep me awake actually, my body does that for me. I stay awake no matter what because I just can't sleep, but the coffee keeps me alert and useful enough to speak into the microphone. So there will be a link below, and of course there's a link on my page. Anything that you guys can do is just extremely appreciated, or if you guys just want to leave me a nice comment, that's nice too. It'll keep me going a little bit because it's really fun to sit and talk to Anna and Tony and the few of you that do comment, but I'd like to hear from some of you guys, the other people that watch. Get your opinions, your thoughts, your ideas, if you want to see more of stuff like this, because if Pixel Playground will let me do her apartment complex, then you better believe we're going to be doing her apartment complex, which, check that out. Like I said, her stuff is incredible, but I'm thinking about doing a Let's Play, and there's all kinds of other stuff that's that are a viable option. And then of course I'm going to be putting stuff up of my trip to Ireland, and if you're thinking about going to Ireland but it's after June of this year and you're wondering what you should wear in the summertime in Ireland, I will be putting up a video of that because I looked up on YouTube and there was nothing to help me. Like, there was one video, actually there was two videos. There was an older woman who does tours that I don't dress like an 85-year-old. She's not 85, she's probably 45, but still. And then there was one girl around my age group that showed how she dressed, but she also did it within a vlog video of being in Ireland, and there wasn't like any clear visuals of what she wore, and just it wasn't super helpful. And while I loved the video, getting to see some of Ireland where she went, I was looking strictly for, hey, this is what the weather was like, this is what I experienced, this is the clothing that stood up to the weather, and this is what I should not have packed. And so I'm going to be doing that post Ireland for you guys, and actually having, this is the exact outfit. Here's me standing here in it, or here's it laid out on my bed, so that you guys, you can see that. And if Tony, if you need any help with that particular thing, although I'm pretty sure you're more well-traveled than I am, I'll tell you what Pat wore and my dad and my father-in-law, because those will be three separate types of people. My father-in-law rarely wears long pants. It's usually shorts. He keeps cracking me up this year because he's like, oh, I always wear pants. And it's just because this year he started wearing pants because he has a job that requires pants and not shorts. And then my dad's like a little skinny guy who gets cold easily. And then Pat's kind of in between the two of them, where he'll wear either as long as it's appropriate. So I can let you guys know on that. I can, skinny human who doesn't know what temperatures are, and then, normal human, my husband. So I can do that for you too, if that's necessary. And then, of course, I will be sharing videos and pictures and things like that from Ireland, just like I did with Vegas. And yeah, definitely if you guys want to see more vlogs like that of me traveling, you're going to have to help us out with Patreon, because while we're doing just fine taking care of the bills, trips to Ireland are expensive. Let me just say that. I cannot wait already to be there, and I'm sure I'm going to love it and want to come back a million times. But yeah, we're taking ourselves and my parents and his parents, and holy crap, it hurts. It hurts my poor bank account. Back to the build though, this room in particular I loved. There's a lot of color. I did stick with the walls staying white sort of situation and the lighter floors that Pixel Playground put in. But then I just decided that this teenager, because this is an affluent family and would have the ability to have whatever furniture she wanted in there, she was just gonna go all out. And so I have this like different height lighting going on that reminds me a little bit of like Urban Outfitters, and I feel like that would be the type of person that lived in this room. And then just all kinds of color and everything, and maybe she's into dance and astrology, and so that's where we went there. And now we're going over to the boys' bedroom. So that was the teenage daughter. This is the child's room, child to teenager kind of transition. He still has some of his toys in his room because, you know, little girls will hold on to dolls and stuff. Little boys just don't pick up after themselves, or at least that's what I've noticed from my niece and nephews and my husband's cousin nephews. We've talked about that. They're not related in a weird way. It's just that his cousin was raised with him. They're about the same age. They went to the same high school. You know, he's the godfather to them. So anyways. But yeah, I love those little boys to death. They are the best little children I've ever met in my entire life. I don't know what Danielle is doing, but she's an incredible mom, and she clearly has some lessons to teach me, because I don't want to be a mom. Let's start out by saying that. But if I ever did, I'd be like, teach me, help, because her kids are so well behaved. Anyways, but we are on to the third office you guys have seen. This one is kind of, like I said, the one that's the meeting office, where people can come in and sit in front of that fireplace and wait, and then go in here to where we are and go through plans. Maybe they're home builders like Chip and Joanna Gaines, and maybe this is where you go and go over the view of everything there. And there's me trying to make this planter work. It's not gonna work, girl. Just there we go, moving on. But it's just simple. I have made this way crazier than this before. Like, I put in the full-size fireplace and had drapes and plants everywhere and textured walls, and because, you know, while it's too simple, it's an L-shaped room technically, you can make it pretty cool. So that's what I decided to do here. And then we're moving on to the grandmother's bedroom. So this one, I talked about the other day, the shooting that happened at my high school that I went to, and you know, it was really upsetting. And playing The Sims definitely helped me work through being that sad. You know, it doesn't fix what happened, but it kind of just, you know, The Sims helps. So on this one, I just started thinking so much with it, and I was gonna just cut this room out at this point, because I was already thinking about how much editing that I needed to do on this huge build. But the more I started to put into it, the more like The Sims life began to hit me. Like, this is a grandmother and she's living with her children, and she only gets to see really one set of her grandkids, so she's got her pictures, and her husband's clearly passed away because she's living here with her kid instead of, you know, at home with her husband and or wife. You know, this equal opportunity here. But just it kind of got to me for some reason. And, you know, I'm emotional right now, and I just, more and more detail went into this room than what I thought was going to. Like, I thought of those as paintings that she did when she was on different vacations or when she was working, and these are photos of her other grandchildren, and that was a clock that she had in her house her whole life. Like, that was from her parents in Austria, and then little notes there from her husband while he was in the war, you know, whatever. And like packages that she hasn't been able to open since he passed away, old books. It kept building. It kept being like something special. Like, that's a photo from the ski resort they went to on their wedding anniversary or on their honeymoon, and it built and built and built, and I was almost like in tears building this, and it was very cathartic to have that moment of like, all right, you know, people's lives go on, and you move on, and you live, and yeah, because I was having a hard time earlier that day because life was going on, and like, it seemed like nobody knew what happened, and you know, everything. Like, I was looking through Instagram, and celebrities were just super happy and posting things and unaware of what happened down there, and like people around me had no idea what happened, and then it hit me that it was good that life went on, and people heal. So anyways, sorry to bring the tone of everything down, especially when we're in this cool halfway shining bedroom, because they're twins, and I haven't decided if they're girl and boy twins or if they're boy or girl, whatever it may be. So I kind of put like everything in black and white and a little androgynous with the toys, and yeah, I didn't know which way I wanted this one to go, so I kind of just left it and see what my sim has, because I definitely want her to have an oldest daughter, a son of like the teenage years ones, or like a child. I can't decide on that one yet, but then I want twins, and I don't know what I want the twins to be yet, so we'll see, and maybe it'll just leave it up to that and watch me end up with triplets on that one. But I do put in a play area right next door here for them. It's just really colorful and fun and bright, and I put flower decals on the wall, and I just really enjoy this room in particular. I would have loved to have a playroom like this in my house as a kid. And I also think this would be good for like the sleepovers or the toddler party things that we have now, because there's just so many different things for the kids to do. Because I put in every activity. Here's me trying to find, I make these like super classy high-end house stuff, like everything in the kids' rooms. It might be bright and colorful, but it looks like it's home, from Harbor Freight or what's the other one? I can't think, but just high-end cute stuff, whereas this, it was kind of more lived in, more played, just, I don't know, I just took a different tone with this build than I normally do. Here's me finally finding my flower decals. These, oh my gosh, so pretty, right? Like, look how happy and awesome that is. And I kind of imagine like the grandma painted those on the walls for the kids. And then by the science thing, I put little clouds that kind of looked like smoke going up. I thought that was fun. But yeah, we're almost to the screenshots now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys so much for dealing with me for the last few days being so upset. We all go through tough times, and I just appreciate you guys being here for me, with me. And again, like, if you guys do donate anything on the Patreon site, I hope you know I'm eternally grateful for that. Like, so grateful. And, just the comments alone, whenever I get to talk to Tony and Ann, it brightens my day when they comment. And then, anybody else that comments, I'm like, yeah. And especially over on like Reddit, whenever I get nice comments from Reddit, because early on Reddit, I got somebody that was just being mean for the sake of being mean. And it really like broke my spirits, and I was upset about it for a couple of days. And yeah, it just nice, people like it when you're nice. I say that, and I'm the angry simmer, and I, start yelling at Maxis all the time, but what can you do? This, I'm sure she had intended for there to actually be stuff in that, and I never noticed this balcony ever for some reason when I'm building, but I did this time. But the outdoor space of this is just as good as the indoor space, and a lot of this house is indoor-outdoor living, which I love. So it wouldn't work in New England, which is I've decided is probably my best place for me to live, other than probably Ireland or England. Because, yay, I like my weather to be between 40 and 75 degrees. Yeah. Anyways, although I will say that with the weather being as crazy as it's been, I would totally take 80-degree weathers again, or 80-degree days again, because 2 is not my friend. 2 is way too cold. Even my dogs are like, no, this is, Mom, what did you do? Why did you make God angry? I don't understand. And my poor Momo, my female Malamute husky mixed dog, is like shedding in the weirdest way, and she's got like lined patches all through her fur. She's at the groomer today, hopefully getting that taken care of. But yeah, the weather is messing with her, and she is not happy about it. Just like my nose isn't happy about any of this. Yeah. But we are actually almost done now. Wow. I just, I love this build so much. And if you love it as much as I do, head over to Pixel Playground's page on Tumblr and download it for yourself. And I'd love to see pictures of what you guys do with it, because this is such a fun, incredible build. I love to see the creativity that it inspires. So show me some of yours. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and of course, comment. Talk to me, people. Talk to me. And I want to talk back to you. Not in a sassy way, just friendly way. Anyways, thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.